This is Steve, and this story is about Steve, the owner of Aurora Dessert Coffee. This talks about how Steve started his business. Steve is an entrepreneur. He wanted to start a business, and he had been working on it for a month. Steve had been thinking a lot about starting a coffee shop. Steve understands that this is a really competitive market as there are a lot of competitors such as Highland Coffee, The Coffee House, Starbucks, etc. Therefore, Steve planned to do a market research. Steve also wants to focus on customers' needs as he knows that by identifying the customer's need, he will be able to satisfy those needs. Then by satisfying those needs, customers' loyalty will be built. To maintain customer loyalty, customer relationship needs to be built as well, meaning the communication between the firm with the customer. So firstly, for the market research, Steve used secondary research to know about the spending patterns. He wanted to know how spending patterns will affect his business and ways to deal with it. He would also want to know how income affect the consumer's spending. And through primary research, Steve could give out questionnaires asking people about their income so that he know what the group of people at which income rate is in Vietnam. He also went to different coffee shops for observation. He wanted to observe how it works and also to see who comes to Aroy at to coffee shops and spend money most in it. Steve wanted to see um, the age group and the gender group of people coming to those coffee shops as well. Not only that, for primary research, Steve also had interviews with people in the coffee shops to know why they're in the coffee shop, what are their needs and wants in a coffee shop, to identify the needs. After gathering all of the research, Steve presented the collected data in charts and diagrams. And after a careful analysis and thinking about his market research, Steve had finally chosen a target market, which are young Vietnamese people, because in the research that he collected from his observations from the coffee shops, it seemed that young people's income are not very high, but they spend a lot of money on coffee shops. So therefore, he chose them as his target market. As Steve thought further, he believes that young people are attracted to unique things, which are unique points. And it is really important to create something unique as it is a very competitive market as well. So Steve thought of a unique selling point. Through his observations that he had before, he saw most of the coffee shops sell products that are somehow similar to each other. He wanted something special, something unique, something very different. So he went on the internet and researched again about most delicious desserts around the world. He found out that Thai desserts are one of the most favored desserts around the world. And that was when he decided his unique selling point to sell Thai desserts. After deciding his unique selling point, he needed to start thinking of the name of the coffee shop, and this is part of developing a product. He wanted something really related to tasty or yummy, but he wanted it to be different. So he decided to use the word tasty, but in Thai, which is aroy. Afterwards, as parts of developing products, he has to think of products that will actually be in the menu. He researched again about Thailand desserts and thought of many different desserts to put into the products. For coffee shops, there are two parts. One part is the space and outlets, decorations, and the other part is the actual products that are in the menu, the product that they sell. The fact that Steve decided to sell Thai dessert is an example of product oriented, as it is not one of the customer's needs. But to attract and persuade people to come and try his product oriented products, He used the customer's need on space, surroundings, and locations to attract them, which is market oriented because he used customers' needs. So for Steve's coffee shop, it's an example of both product oriented and market oriented. And after thinking about the products, the actual place, and all the things needed to start a coffee shop, Steve opened his coffee shop, which also started the product life cycle. As Steve just opened his coffee shop, it means that Aroy was at its introduction stage. For pricing strategy, Steve chose to start at a lower price. First reason is because its target market is young people with not very high income. The second reason is that Aroy is new to the market and it's a really competitive market. So Steve thought setting the price low will attract more customers. Steve did not focus on promotion as it will cost him a lot of money, but instead he decided to use that money to build 4 Aroy coffee shops. As Aroy moves on to its next stage, the growth stage, its price is still the same. So the reason why the price is still the same is because that Steve does not want to increase the price because he does not want to risk his customer loyalties due to price increasing. Therefore, he kept it the same. Even though Steve did not increase the product's price, there were some developments that he made. As his 4 coffee shops were always full in Hanoi, he made a lot of profit. So he decided to develop his coffee shop by building 8 more Aroy coffee shops all around Vietnam, aimed to also increase brand image. Steve thought that instead of increasing brand image by doing promotions, just by having a lot of stores will help Aroy's brand image to increase. He was wrong. Not only his brand image was bad due to no promotions, his business experienced saturation. There were more Aroy coffee shops available than people who were actually willing to pay for its products. Because of Steve's wrong decision of pouring too much money on growing and outlets and did not pay attention to promotion, it has caused his company to lose profit due to saturation and his brand image is low, making those two the biggest weakness of Aroy currently. This is the current situation of Aroy, and Steve therefore is still looking for solutions to solve this problem. This is the end of the story, and thank you for listening.